I am now. Number five top story is two ways to buy gasoline in Venezuela. This is from B57, May 3rd, Econ territory. 27 comments, 1,734 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, so B57, who I believe is originally from Venezuela but has relocated to Peru, but has found themselves back in Venezuela, for probably for visiting family or something, has been reporting on, things that are going on in Venezuela. We're all kind of interested in what's going on there economically. It's kind of hard to get news out of South America in English oftentimes, and so especially news like this. So Beef relays to us how you buy gasoline in Venezuela, and apparently there are two different ways you can buy a liter for 50 cents, 50 dollars, half a dollar basically. You can buy a liter of gasoline. I don't know how many liters there are in a gallon, but I guess there are a few, which is pretty cheap gas. But Venezuela actually has a lot of oil production. It's one of the things that makes them such a ripe target for international meddling. But very cheap gas that you can buy. But in addition to that way of buying gas, you can get subsidized gas, which is basically free. Only you have to like wait in line, and they have like a convoluted system by which they give you this free gas, and you're assigned a day based on your license plate number. So if your license plate ends on a 1 or 2, you can get your free gas on Mondays, and then Tuesdays for 3 and 4, and Wednesdays for 5 and 6. And apparently they only have so many spots per day, depending on the municipality. And so you have to line up at like 2 a.m. To get your free gas. And of course, the whole system is prone to abuse, like people filling up their car and then reselling the gas, or taking a place in line, kind of like if you remember with the iPhones, and then selling their place in line to other people, things like that. But I thought that was really interesting. I didn't know this was
Yeah, I had no
going
idea this
on.
was taking place. This is in Venezuela,
Yeah.
you said?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Is it because there's just not enough gasoline? Is that why they're doing it, or is it because there's? Do we know why?
I
What's
think just
going on?
economic conditions in Venezuela are really bad because they have rampant inflation.
Mm.
Um, and then they have the Maduro, the dictator, is kind of like a socialist dictator, uh, who was we had quite a bit of reporting on it, but um, they kind of locked things down after the last election where they were supposed to lose, and then they somehow magically won in a landslide, and then the whole international community did not recognize Maduro's democratic win, but it appears that he still remains in power, and I haven't really heard much about it. But in general, they've been having economic problems for a very long time, and they're socialist, or their government is socialist, and so these are kind of the things that happen.
Yeah, this is wild. The top comment was from Villa Wolf. He said, "Very well explained. I have an acquaintance who owns two vehicles and takes advantage of the fuel ticket system to fill up with heavy subsidized gasoline. Then he sells it by the liter at market price. I once told him, you complain about the government, but from what I see, you've got a business going with subsidized gas. Unfortunately, that's how the cycle keeps feeding itself." OP said, "That's right. Just like many people do. Some do it because they don't have a job and they take advantage of that to at least make some money." Undisciplined said, "Thanks for sharing. These systems operate in parallel and are both legal, as in the same gas station will accept cash and tickets, and you go to different places for each. It's a great example of how perverse and distorted non-price rationing mechanisms are." It's weird. Do you remember that gas crisis that we had in Austin like Or no, you weren't here yet, but like, we had one in, I want to say like in 2015 or 2016, where there was just like no gas. Or did you guys
Hmm.
have that in California too? Where there was just like no gas for like a week or something? I don't remember.
I've never been a driver, so I've,
Okay, well they
yeah.
had one in Austin, and like literally everybody put gas like on a Tuesday, and by like middle of the week there was just like no gas whatsoever. And dude, that was the only time I ever saw where it was just like it was kind of like that where you saw people just like lined up to put gas, and it went on till like Sunday, and then finally like the next day, Monday, the people had gas. But it was exactly like that. It was just like no holds bar, like the worst in people. um it's weird because gasoline's the only thing I've noticed that gets people to their, you see the worst in them, like gasoline. You don't see
Mhm.
that with water though, surprisingly. Like people share
Well,
water, but like gasoline though, for some reason.
well, I mean, we have people share water because they have a lot of it. I mean, because it's plentiful. I don't think we've ever had like a lot of water scarcity.
Yeah,
We do have these weird peaks and valleys in oil availability, though.
yeah. It's kind of what the whole Mad Max future is about with the gasoline. I mean, it makes people turn into all sorts of craziness. Pretty wild
Yeah, it's
stuff.
just energy. Yeah, energy is really important to human flourishing at this stage, like industrial human flourishing, and uh, we can't, and we don't deal with scarcity super well. We have to figure out we need it. We need the things we need. We need them to be abundant. Otherwise, we like return to our base selves.
Do you ever see those videos of that guy who said he invented like 0 point energy? Did you ever see that stuff?
I think I've heard about 0 point energy, where it's like harvesting the energy of the vacuum of space or something like that, but like the
Yeah.
space and atoms or something.
Do you think we'll see that in our lifetime or no?
I don't really know if that's much of a thing, or how much of a thing it is. I mean, it's possible that scientists are just sort of ignoring it or not paying too much attention to it, and there actually is real stuff there. But I would guess there are energy sources and things about physical reality that would provide us with more efficient, better energy that we haven't found yet. And so I can imagine a world like if we ever get, 0 point energy excluded, if we ever get something like fusion um, reactors working well, and energy just becomes so like practically free because it's so cheap. Yeah, I think it'd be a weird world. I'm not sure. A lot of people think it'd be like doomsday. It'd be like another version of Mad Max, but in some other way. But I don't think it would be. I think it would be good
Yeah, I think
to
it would be
have
good.
unlimited energy.
I think it would be good. I think it would free us up to do harder tasks, like to solve harder
Yeah,
problems. Kind of like what ChatGPT is doing. Do you know what I mean? It would just like
yeah,
level us up to do even harder things. Um,
yep.
yeah, make us more efficient.